Genesis 7:11 disproves science. And I say science, I'm going to use scare quotes because science is whatever the current thing is, as we can recognize now. Science is basically whatever they want to say. And what they've been wanting to say for basically 150 years now is that let's get rid of all things relative to a holy creator and instead put everything into makes us seem like specks of like a blade of grass. We have no meaning. You know, we're like a sand in the freaking, we like in the beach, you know, just a little grain of sand. We have no meaning. It's all out there. We're just irrelevant creatures. And it's just so evil, man. It's despicable. But if you just look at the good book, Genesis 7:11, I'm going to share with you, and then you're going to say, I'm going to show with you why you got to have faith, man. You got to have faith. It's amazing to me. So let's check this out. Look at NIV, we'll look at the KJV, and then we'll look at the NASB, all different iterations of the same book. The NIV, in the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the second month, on that day, all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened. All right, let's go to it's King James here, which is down right here. The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. NASB. And on that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were open. Let's go to you can even do ESV. On that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst forth. Let's do, I think I saw an amplified in here someplace. Right here. On that same day, all the fountains of the great deep, subterranean waters burst open, and the windows and floodgates of the heavens were open. Subterranean. Let's take a look what that means. Subterranean. Existing, occurring, or done under the earth's surface. Interesting. So again, we just go back and hold a second. And we just look at the Bible, we'll go with KJV, or KJV. The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up. Again, subterranean would be under the earth. All right, so the flood occurred by the rains of the heavens pouring down, as well as the great deep of the fountains, like a geyser, like this right here. Interesting, the geysers. And that led to the great flood, which basically had a renewal of humanity. Geysers. So let's look at a geyser crater. Let's take a look at a geyser crater. See what these guys look like. All right. Oh, interesting right there. Geyser. Oh, interesting right there. Oh, interesting. All right. So, very interesting. Geyser crater. Interesting. Pretty interesting, is it not? Yes. Oh, look at that. Castle Geyser in Yellowstone crater. Oh, does it look like anything else that you might see? Oh, there's another crater. Oh, look at that one right there. Look at that geyser crater. Interesting. What do these look like? Well, let's take a gander if we can see. Look at all these craters. Look at all craters. Look at all, oh my goodness, craters. Look at all those geyser craters. Let's look at now a meteorite crater. Meteorite crater. Let's take a look here. And oh. Remember, meteorites supposedly struck and killed everything. The dinosaurs, for instance. You see any meteors hanging around there? Any meteors? I mean, literally, what, it just exploded on compact or it just disappeared? Cataclysm at the meteor crater sheds light on Earth. Yeah, interesting. Looks like a bunch of craters similar to a geyser crater, does it not? Yes, it does. Of course it does. Let's take a look at that guy right there. What could that possibly be? Weird, there's no meteorites left. It's just emptiness. It just exploded on impact and just dust to dust. And this, wouldn't that be where the great right there probably? The floodgates opened? Pretty interesting, is it not? Let's take a look at another one. Let's see this guy right here. Oh, same kind of thing. Interesting. Let's look at this guy right here. It just, the meteor hit, everything. Oh, look at that. All the same thing. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, my goodness. Look at that meteorite crater. Can we get, oh, my goodness. What is that right there in the middle? And even got some grass growing around. What? Interesting. Look at that. Interesting. Is that an asteroid, a meteorite hitting, or is that more likely a geyser from the Great Flood? Let's take a look. That's small, I grant you, but it's just a small geyser. Look at this guy. Huh. These are dry geysers, small ones. Interesting. Look, a lot of similarities, don't they? Yeah. Look at those geysers. Who are you going to believe, man? Just look at a geyser. Again, let's look at the geyser. Pretty interesting how these guys just exploding. Look at that, man. Steamboat geyser eruption in Yellowstone. Above the hills, above the trees and everything. It's pretty cool. Look at that guy. A geyser. I didn't see what it said. But anyway, look at that. Huh. Pretty interesting. And yet it said it in the Bible. How dare you, Josh? Look at that. Look at that big old thing. You saying science doesn't know what they're talking about? Yeah, I am, 100%. Look at that big old geyser. And that's with water still. So could a dried geyser not not be what we're seeing that we think is meteorites? Let's take a look at that. Geyser pits. This one obviously still steaming. Geyser. Whoa, interesting. Look at these guys. Look at that. Pretty similar looking, doesn't it? Look at that. Oh my, look at that. Look at this stuff. Looks pretty similar. How dare you, Josh, to question the science? The science would never. Oh my goodness, what the heck is that? Look at this. Let's see if we can go right here. Oh, maybe it can't. I thought I had this picture right. Oh, maybe not. Huh. So a meteorite hits, kills the dinosaurs. We have no bones, or not bones, rocks left over. Just completely spontaneous, done. But we know that the geysers still go on. We know the geyser pits look a lot like those meteorites. We know that for a fact. So we see with our own eyes what probably is the case of the Great Flood from Noah that the Bible attributes to the floodgates. What does he say in the NIV 711 right here? All the springs of the great deep burst forth. All the springs of the great deep burst forth. And yet we're going to say it's a meteorite hit, killed all the dinosaurs. Even though there's no evidence of that. We don't have any proof. You can't see any meteorite remnants. I'll let you be the judge. Don't discount God. Don't discount the good book. Now, how do I validate the good book? I don't know. In terms of all the iterations, we can't even prove its founding. I get all that. I don't know. But that's okay. I'm willing. I have enough faith to say I don't know. But the science says turn you away from God. Turn you away as a speck. You're just a grain of sand. You're not worth anything. Screw all that. Screw all that. And screw the people who keep promoting that, man. It's evil. Don't mess with evil. All right. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.